Sheffield United players break out of a huddle just by the centre circle, and Blackburn will get us underway. They'll be kicking towards the Kop end to our right. Dean Ashton and myself are sitting towards the back of the Tony Curry main stand. And here comes a bit of John Denver. I'll shut up for a minute. Well, the Blackburn Rovers fans did their best to boo their way through that. But the greasy chip Bertie song got one heck of an airing just there. And we're ready for the off in the FA Cup quarter-final here at Bramall Lane on Talksport 2. Tim Robinson blows the whistle, and the ball is sent back by Sammy Smodics to Hayden Carter. And we are underway. Blackburn then, as I mentioned, kicking from left to right as we look towards the Kop end. Sheffield United will be heading for the Bramall Lane end, where the Blackburn Rovers fans have completely taken over, away to our left-hand side. Early throw, Ahmed Hodzic works the ball back into his own half for Sheffield United, and John Egan leaves it for Wes Foderingham, the keeper, to clear left-footed downfield. Good strong header though by Joe Rankin Costello at right back for Rovers, and now Sam Gallagher lays it off to Smodics. It's teased forward to the edge of the area. Hedges gets inside, drops at the edge of the area, and there's a chance for a shot there from Ben Brereton Diaz, but he slipped just as he was about to pull the trigger. And Blackburn looked menacing coming forward there, 0-0.
Yeah, lovely bit of movement, wasn't it? Hedges coming in off that right-hand side, in behind Gallagher, who comes short, and then Brereton Diaz, he won't sit back, and I think that's a really great chance for somebody like him on the edge of the box with no pressure on him to get the strike away. He should be really disappointed that he slipped at that vital moment. He may well look at his studs. Should he have had a stud on rather than a mould?
Sheffield United trying to win the ball. Sorry, Dean.
Sorry, the kit man's getting it regardless.
Yeah, it's never the player's fault, right? No. It's like the caddy who gives the golfer the wrong information for the pitch up to the green and yardage, right? Here's Egan for Sheffield United. Up to halfway in Iliman and Jai. How excellent has he been for Sheffield United in recent times? Oh, poor touch from Foderingham, and Brereton Diaz Gallagher almost took it off his toe, bounced off the corner flag and went out for a throw. Just for one moment, absent-mindedness from Wes Foderingham, and Sam Gallagher nearly picked his pocket around the penalty spot, 0-0.
Did he even see him? I mean, he was so calm. Even when Gallagher basically made the challenge, he didn't look like it startled him. Very, very strange from the Sheffield United goalkeeper. I mean, early on, it's not really a time to take a risk. We've already seen that Blackburn are going to push heavily forward. Smodics and Brereton Diaz and Hedges right high up at the moment, almost in a front four, just straight in a line.
Well, Sheffield United have had their hairy moments already in the FA Cup this season. They were seconds away from going out at Wrexham at the Racehorse Ground, but for a dramatic equaliser for 3-3. Then they came back here for a replay, Sheffield United, and won that by 3-1 in round 4 before beating Spurs here in the 5th round. Blackburn, they got past Birmingham after a replay in round 4. They beat Norwich in round 3, your old club team, and then Leicester were beaten in round 5. And having beaten one Premier League side, they're on the march again here, Blackburn. It's a cross from Gallagher from the right, deflected up in the air by Egan. Actually made the claim for Foderingham that much easier on his 6-yard line. 0-0. We've played 3 minutes on Talksport 2.
Yeah, he's made a good start, Sam Gallagher. Been aggressive. He's made one run short to allow Hedges in behind. This time he's gone in behind on the right-hand side, and he's looking straight away for Brereton Diaz, who didn't really make enough of an effort, I don't think, to try and get inside Ahmed Hodzic and get across him and make it difficult for the goalkeeper.
Nice pass from
Blackburn though.
Tommy Doyle to find Ahmed Hodzic just over the halfway line for the Blades. Plays it back up to square to Doyle once again. Oh, he's giving it away to Gallagher. He tried to release Smodics through the middle, but it got deflected away. You've got two strikers out there today, Dean Ashton, very much in your mould. Sam Gallagher for Blackburn and Ollie McBurney, who's just held the ball at well for Sheffield United in that number 9 role.
Yeah, and I think there's still a roll. Great pass, so unlucky. Carter did brilliantly just to read that for Blackburn, but you're right. there's always a place, I think, for that physical striker that looks to get on the end of crosses.
Pears has given the ball away down the left-hand side, and Jai trying to get the better of Hayden Carter, who just shoulder barges him out of the way. Minimum of first goal kick, Blackburn Rovers, 0-0.
Exactly. I mean, the difference, I guess, in my era was I played alongside a striker who's normally a two up front. Now, if you play that role, it's your job to displace the two centre-backs and allow your wide players that space to run inside the full-backs.
That's a good point. Would you enjoy that role?
No. Far too selfish to have to do the hard yards for then someone else to go and get the glory. But that is the role now. If you're not willing to play that lone striker role in the way that it's intended at the moment, you'll find yourself sat on the bench a lot of the time. 5
minutes gone in the FA Cup quarter-final at Bramall Lane. Live here on Talksport 2. Sheffield United 0, Blackburn Rovers 0. Ball drops from Max Lowe in the centre circle. Although he's been dispossessed well, and Lewis Travis brings the ball forward. He knows Gallagher that he's offside as Travis tried to play the ball through to him. He was a good yard ahead of Ahmed Hodzic, and it just dribbles through to Foderingham, and Sheffield United have the ball back, 0-0.
Much brighter start from Blackburn. Actually, poor start from Sheffield United. The second to every single ball. They've lost their individual battles so far. Blackburn been very good in that sense. Travis has to do better. Has to time that pass.
Here's Njai finding McAtee, and he spreads ball wide for George Baldock. Sander Berger takes over. Baldock calling for it infield once again. Now Tommy Doyle takes over. One of the young loanees at Sheffield United. Tommy Doyle, unknown from Manchester City, as is McAtee. Now Jack Robinson, lovely ball out to Baldock, right hand side, but he's offside as he tried to cushion a header infield. So Blackburn Rovers will have a free kick level with the edge of their own penalty area, left hand side. Maybe the reason why 888 Sport were not quite so keen on Blackburn as an away side is because of their away league form, Dean Ashton. Their 14th best record away from home in the Championship, and they've won 6 but lost 10 on the travels this season.
Yeah, really, really poor record considering where they are in the league, and just shows how well they have done at home.
Good strength from Ollie McBurney on halfway, and finds Imran Njai. He's driving forward. McBurney down the right wing, can put the ball in the boxes. 3 to aim at. Hayden Carter got a touch in, and then Berger found himself dispossessed by Tyler Morton, and Blackburn brought it clear. Brereton Diaz is the target, but the ball ricochets away from him and back to the keeper, and Sheffield United fans give their players a bit of a boost there with that roar of approval. Baldock picks it at right hand side, infield for Sander Berger, lays it back to Ahmed Hodzic, and then John Egan takes over, the Sheffield United captain. Good ball through, and Njai is into the area. McAtee, it's saved by the keeper and punched away in the end. Big moment for Sheffield United, but Ainsley Pears made an excellent save to deny McAtee, I think it was in the end, who got the shot away.
It was McAtee, but it's that great movement, isn't it? And Njai and McBurney both came towards the ball, and nobody was picking up McAtee. He just sneaked in behind. 1v1 against Pears. He opened his body up with his left foot, looking to play it into that far corner, and the goalkeeper read it brilliantly. I think it was very obvious what McAtee was trying to do. Maybe if he's then tried to strike that near post, it would have worked, but well played the goalkeeper, read it perfectly.
Great challenge on halfway for Sheffield United, and Doyle is now piling forward, gets to the edge of the knee, goes for goal straight at the keeper Pears, who clutches onto it gratefully in front of his goal line. Sheffield United are warming up a bit here now. 8 gone.
Yeah, just giving them a lift. Just giving them a lift, doesn't it, the players? There is that space. They're playing a high line. Blackburn at the moment, they've got to be so careful when Njai and McBurney look to combine. They don't forget about McAtee, in which they did do there, and then Doyle with a decent strike right at the goalkeeper. Nice handling from him.
Robinson clears the ball high into the air. Brereton Diaz fouls his man whilst trying to stop George Baldock heading the ball forward. Ainsley Pears with a couple of good saves for Blackburn. He's been in the side since Thomas Kaminski was injured. He actually came in for the replay at Birmingham, Ainsley Pears. 4 clean sheets in 9 league games since getting the gloves. But Kaminski back on the bench today for Blackburn. That'd be an interesting decision for John Doyle Thomason to make when Kaminski, he feels, is ready.
Yeah, absolutely, and can't do much more than make those type of saves, game-deciding saves.
Sander Berge, lovely drop of the shoulder to get over the halfway line, tried to slip an Njai down the inside right position, well intercepted by Blackburn, and Rankin Costello hits the ball long downfield. It's headed on by Gallagher, but it skims off the top of his head. And Sander Berge tidies up again for Sheffield United, 0-0.
Like I said, that high line from Blackburn, the way you really do combat high line is for the late runner, the midfield runner, which has worked well almost 3 times, definitely once. Great turn.
Lovely turn, Njai sets McBurney away down the right-hand side of the area. Njai's gone into the box. McAtee in there too. Back heel from McBurney to try and get Baldock in. He hits the cross in, and it's blocked out of play for a throw over on the far side on the John Street stand side. Taken quickly by Baldock to Berger. And he elects to go back to his captain Egan on halfway. Diagonal ball looking to pick out Max Lowe. Lowe volleys the ball across the face of goal. Put behind for a corner kick to Sheffield United at the Bramall Lane end, 0-0.
Yeah, after a slow start, they've really picked up Sheffield United. They've spotted that weakness of the spacing behind Blackburn Rovers. McBurney there, he just overcomplicated things. Didn't need to try and come inside and then do the back heel. He could have played that in really early for Njai and McAtee, who were making the runs.
So the Man City loanee Tommy Doyle to take this corner where the Tony Curry stand meets the Bramall Lane end. Right-footed in-swinger into the near post, into the 6-yard box, and there was a swing by John Egan, but he just couldn't connect with it.
No, he was just falling backwards. I don't know why. It doesn't really look as if he's complaining too much. I wondered what he is actually. He's saying to the referee his shirt was being pulled because you thought he's there. Go on, just stick it in. And then all of a sudden he kind of fell backwards and just couldn't quite stretch to reach it.
And Blackburn cleared their lines. It's back on halfway with Anel Ahmedhodzic. Plays the ball back to square to Egan. 10 yards ahead of his own penalty area. Gallagher comes to close him down. Long ball over the top looking for McBurney. Heads the ball in field under a bit of pressure from Dominic Hyam. And Hyam are now tidy up at the back for Blackburn. And picks it up again from Hayden Carter. So Carter yet to score a senior goal. Blackburn number 17. Lovely header on halfway from Max Lowe as the Blackburn move breaks down. And Njai loses out in the centre of midfield to Hedges. Now bursting through the midfield is Morton, but he's dispossessed. And now here comes John Egan, the captain for Sheffield United. He's been dispossessed, and now Gallagher in a race down the left-hand side with Robinson, who got there first. Full-blooded at Bramall Lane, but 0-0.
Oh, such a great tempo to this game. And I thought there would be. There's no tension between the two sides at the moment in terms of that league positioning. An FA Cup tie, let's have a real go. Great tempo, bit of openness to the game as well.
That's Dean Ashton, you can hear alongside me, Ian Danter here at Bramall Lane. You're listening to Sheffield United 0, Blackburn Rovers 0 in the FA Cup quarter-final, live on Talksport 2 with Carling, the official beer partner of the Emirates FA Cup, 18 plus. Please drink responsibly. Headed clear for Sheffield United by Doyle. McBurney chests it down inside his own half. He's got Hayden Carter at his back as well to work it back to Egan. Robinson strokes it out to this near touchline for Lowe. Works it up to halfway and Njai. And he's trying to release Baldock. Lovely ball, beautifully weighted. Baldock runs onto it. First time ball inside to Sander Berge. Urged to shoot, but he slides it down the area. McAtee gets to the byline, pulls it back. Baldock couldn't run onto it and get the drive in on goal, and Blackburn hurriedly clear.
Really clever run though from McAtee again. He's picking up some really clever positions, and he was found by Sander Berge. I thought he was going to take the strike on. He then faked to shoot and played it down the side of the Blackburn centre-backs for McAtee, and again it was just overcomplicated. Just swivel and whip that across for McBurney and Njai to go sliding in.
Sander Berge for Sheffield United at 0-0, 14 gone on Talksport 2. McAtee, who's been looking very lively, as Dean Ashton's mentioned, in these early stages, and Njai gives it back to McAtee, midway point of the Blackburn half to the right of centre, who's jinking out towards the right-hand side, trying to get the better of his man. He goes down, tried to grab hold of the ball, got to his feet and worked it back to Buildup. Berger tucks it in field for Njai. Now Doyle brings Robinson into the game, inside left channel. Low calling for it on this near touchline, has it now. And then he works it back to Doyle. Blackburn have got pretty much everybody bar Gallagher behind the ball. And then, well, Lewis Travis tried to bring the ball clear, but Njai came back and did the dirty work defensively to keep Sheffield United in possession.
The amount of times you see Njai, you think he's lost the ball, and somehow he managed just to manipulate it back into his own favour, even if he's on the floor at times. He's got such wonderful control and balance.
So too is James McAtee, who's just spun very neatly over the halfway line to buy a bit of space for Sheffield United. Doyle plays the ball back to McAtee, can now run at the Blackburn back line, getting up to the edge of the area, left-footed shot, deflected up in the air by Travis, and out for a Sheffield United corner at the Bramall Lane end. 0-0 on quarter of an hour.
They're really struggling. Travis and Morton are really struggling to get hold of the movement that Sheffield United have produced so far. McAtee, Xander Berger goes and joins, and Jai and McBurney aren't exactly playing in orthodox positions. They're just really struggling to stop that gap in front of their back four that Sheffield United are starting to really exploit.
Ball's just been thrown back by the Blackburn supporters in the upper tier of that Bramall Lane stand, and Doyle's now retrieving it. He's going to spot it down for what's going to be a right-footed out-swinging corner from where the Bramall Lane meets the John Street stand. A whole cluster of players in both teams' colours around the penalty spot. They break now as Doyle hits the corner in. Up go the heads, and it was John Egan that got his head to it, but almost headed it back from where Doyle had taken the corner. Out of play for a Blackburn goal kick. 0-0.
Big square head, wasn't it? Just straight back where it came from. No finesse in that. Difficult, of course, when you're under pressure, but they'll look to try and be a threat from set plays. Both of these sides actually have got threat from set plays.
I remember seeing John Egan the first time I saw him, joined from Brentford about 5 years ago. I remember thinking, oh, that guy's going to play multiple times for his country. He's going to captain the Republic of Ireland, and I think he's done that. He's captain here today for Sheffield United. It's 0-0 in the FA Cup quarter-final. Now Brereton Diaz getting away down the left-hand side of the box, but went to ground. He was scurrying after the ball, and he looked like he had the beating of Ahmed Hodzic for pace, but just seemed to stumble down the left-hand side of the box as he got up to the ball, came off his knee and went behind for a goal kick. 0-0.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the boots have changed. He slipped again, I thought there, just stumbled away when he looked like he was in.
Well, here's Tyler Morton. Good skill on that far touchline. Travis for Blackburn looks to slip it in for Morton again down the left-hand side of the area, pulls it back. Gallagher! Oh, he's hit the crossbar. Deflected up in the air. I think of Jack Robinson, who got a vital touch. Fotheringham got his hand up towards it. It clipped the top of the crossbar and has gone behind for a Blackburn corner. Gallagher with a big chance to give Rovers the lead.
Yeah, but that's the key. You just mentioned it there. Robinson with the block. So vital. I think without this block, I think Gallagher scores, because it's pulled back brilliantly by Morton, who'd made that run down the left-hand side. Instead of playing it between goalkeeper and defence, he just tucked it back towards the penalty spot. Gallagher was there. Brilliant block from Robinson.
But it does present Blackburn with a corner kick at the Kop end, away to our right-hand side. A couple of players standing over it, and the referee, he was just checking to make sure that there wasn't an injury in the penalty area. I don't know what the stoppage is for.
Possible penalty, handball, I guess.
Oh yes,
Robinson,
the VAR is getting involved because of the block by Robinson. We don't have the benefit of replays, but on the Jumbotron streets has come up checking possible penalty. So that block that Robinson made to deny Gallagher, was it illegal? We don't have a replay here at Bramall Lane, but referee Tim Robinson is being asked to go to the referee review area on the far side, and normally, although it didn't happen yesterday twice at Molineux, that means normally the referee reverses his decision and would give the penalty here.
You would expect so. You would expect Robinson's arm is in an unnatural position and has affected certainly the ball going in the net.
Well, he's having a look right on the far side of the field from us, Tim Robinson. VAR in operation at all 4 FA Cup quarter-finals today.
And we have basically got what the fans have got, which is no idea, really, whether it is a handball or not.
Now he backs away, gets onto the pitch. Does the VAR signal says penalty. So Jack Robinson adjudged to have handled, and Blackburn Rovers, as we approach the 20-minute mark, have been awarded a penalty. VAR intervenes between 2 EFL clubs and gives the penalty to Blackburn Rovers.
Whatever happens, this is really tough on Robinson, because honestly there must be less than a foot between Gallagher and Robinson when this strike has taken place. Like Dan said, we haven't got a replay of the situation, so you have to go with the referee's decision and VAR's decision that they felt the arm is in an unnatural position and has stopped Gallagher taking that strike on goal.
And as Talksport listeners join us at Bramall Lane, penalty awarded to Blackburn Rovers. VAR intervening after a shot from Gallagher was blocked on its way to goal by Jack Robinson from very close range. Handball on the VAR, and so Ben Brereton Diaz has the penalty at the Kop end for Blackburn Rovers. Up against Fotheringham, right-footed, scores! Blackburn Rovers hit the front in this all EFL quarter-final. The penalty awarded by VAR, something EFL clubs are not used to, but Blackburn have just benefited hugely, Dean Ashton, and Ben Brereton Diaz scores his first FA Cup goal this season. It is Sheffield United 0, Blackburn Rovers 1.
Well, when the decision goes your way, you've got to make the most of it, and Brereton Diaz does. Steps up, little jinking run to his left-hand side, sprints towards the ball as if he's going to really smash it towards the goal, and then coolly, firmly side foots it to the left of Fotheringham and into the back of the net, cups his ears, takes a barrage of abuse, I'm sure, from behind the goal from the Sheffield United fans, but he doesn't care.
Well, I'll tell you this, we don't have a replay, Dean and I. We haven't seen the handball incident. We saw it in real time, and as Gallagher hit the ball goalwards, Robinson was right on top of him. If it's hit his arm, he'll have had no time at all to adjust. If that is, I'd have to see it again to see whether that's a genuine fair penalty given by VAR. But Blackburn have the lead all the same, Dean Ashton.
Yeah, they do, and it was slightly against the run of play. Sheffield United have really got themselves into the game after a poor start, but I guess that's what VAR is there for. If it feels that the arm in an unnatural position stops Gallagher scoring, then...
And the other thing I'll say, there was no appeal from Blackburn Rovers players for a penalty.
Of course there wasn't.
The ball went out for a corner, and everyone was getting set for the corner. Suddenly, Dean Ashton pokes me and says, look on the screen, and it says VAR check.
You can't react quick enough to that, and probably can't be seen by the naked eye, by the players.
Well, Blackburn have the lead. Commentary continues on Talksport 2 of this FA Cup quarter-final. And it is Sheffield United 0, Blackburn 1. We've played 23 minutes, but there'll be a good minute or so to add on for all that VAR shenanigans at the end of this first half. Blackburn have it again. It's Brereton Diaz, left-hand side of the area, but ball hoofed away by Ahmed Hodzic. And the locals are restless, I think it's fair to say, Dean Ashton.
Yes, a taste of VAR for these Sheffield United fans. They could well have it every single week. They are to get promoted. It's gone against them so far. The players have now just got to regroup. Got to let that go. They were on top before that goal, Sheffield United.
And Jide looks a throw-in for Sheffield United on halfway. Well, Sheffield United had some VAR experience prior to their Premier League relegation back to Championship level. Blackburn won't know much about VAR at all. Sheffield United in possession with James McAtee out to this left-hand side of Max Lowe, level with the Blackburn penalty area, but Rovers win it back. But their clearance up to halfway goes way beyond Sam Gallagher, and Egan will retrieve it for the hosts. Berger in the centre circle, squares it to his right for Ahmed Hodzic. Robinson was booked, incidentally, after that VAR decision turned that corner into a penalty, so his handball was punished with a caution.
I think the Sheffield United fans behind the goal, I think they were wondering, surely not a red card on top of the penalty as well. Obviously that was never going to be the case.
Blackburn worked the ball up to halfway, and Hayden Carter wins a throw off Max Lowe, right down beneath us in front of where Paul Heckingbottom and Stuart McCall are teaming up at the edge of the Sheffield United technical area. John Doyle Thomason on his own at the edge of his little technical area, and he watches on as Rankin Costello lobs the ball out of play. Felt he was fouled by Lowe, but nothing doing, says the referee, and on we go. Sheffield United 0, Blackburn 1, if you're just tuning in to Talksport 2 on this afternoon of 3 FA Cup quarter-finals live across our network, with Brighton Grimsby to come on Talksport straight after this game, and also Manchester United against Fulham. Adrian Durham is hosting the other 2 quarter-finals from Old Trafford, and those games are back-to-back on Talksport. Here's Robinson finding McBurney for Sheffield United. Good swift interception by Ryan Hedges to help out his defenders. Anywhere will do for Blackburn just to get it into the Sheffield United half.
And I think that's probably another reason why he got the nod over Doyle, and was just, I think, that defensive intelligence that he's got, as I just see him now just drop back into almost a right back position when Sheffield United have the ball.
Baldock chasing after a ball down the right hand side, does well to keep it in play for Sheffield United, and wins a corner for the Blades at that Bramall Lane end once again.
Yeah, they haven't let it affect them, Sheffield United. Nice little response straight away after the penalty incident, and that's what they need to do, because they were on top. And I think John Doyle Thomason just pulled Tyler Morton, who's only young, 20 years old, just pulled him across, and I think just trying to get a better positioning and maybe holding that position in midfield when Sheffield United have the ball.
Doyle's corner into the near post, headed out by Gallagher, comes to the edge of the area, driven in, and it's 1-1. It's Max Lowe, deflected in, he hit it from fully 30 yards out, and Sheffield United are level just shy of the half hour, and it was a shy. He had a go, Max Lowe, and he's made it 1-1.
And he's almost embarrassed, isn't he, with his celebration, because he knows this takes a big deflection. Everybody stands still. They're like statues, everybody, including the goalkeeper, Pears, as the strike comes in from way out as it was headed out of the box. Ryan Lowe just got a brilliant strike on it, around head height, clearly takes a deflection. Pears can do absolutely nothing as it whizzes past him into the corner.
All square on 28 minutes, and there's a red smoke bomb that's got to be cleared away from this near touchline. And Max Lowe, who scored 1 goal this season, back in August it was, against Sunderland, and then had a bad injury that kept him out almost right the way through the autumn. But he's brought Sheffield United level, 1 apiece on Talksport 2.
I mean, very difficult from our angle to see exactly how much of a deflection that has taken. Was it just sailing wide, or was it going to go in as it was from Lowe? I've got to say, though, he controlled the strike really, really well.
I'm pretty sure it was a huge deflection, the way that Ainsley Pears just stood there and watched it sail past him. Back underway on Talksport 2. Blackburn trying to respond. I'll tell you what, you can tell it's Lancashire against Yorkshire here at Bramall Lane in South Yorkshire. No quarter being asked or given on the pitch or in the stands. Wow, what an atmosphere. Smodics for Blackburn, left-hand corner of the box. Works it out to Brereton Diaz. Early ball in looking for Gallagher. Good header cleared by Egan. Just looked for a moment that Gallagher's going to be favourite for that cross.
Well, he won't be if he's on his heels. He stood still. I thought it was a brilliant cross from Brereton Diaz. And he's thinking of Gallagher. He's probably thinking of himself. He's thinking, what would I want if I whipped this in? I'd want it just in front of a defender for me to get across. And Gallagher just stood there.
Yeah, he seemed to be caught on his toes a little bit. But Egan still had to deal with it. Half an hour gone on Talksport 2. I hope you're enjoying this as much as we're enjoying bringing this to you. Ian Danter and Dean Ashton at Bramall Lane. Sheffield United 1, Blackburn Rovers 1. For the right to go to Wembley in the FA Cup semi-final. Low. Just nudges Hedges out the way and gets the ball on this near touchline. Drifts away from Travis. Nicks the ball in field to Njai. Sheffield United coming forward again. Ball not coming for it far right hand side. Njai moving across there, but brings in Ahmed Hodzic. First time crossing just over the head of Berger, who gone in near post. And then Doyle tried to volley it out to Low on this near side, the left. Hedges under pressure, clears his lines and finds Morton and Smodics. Smodics out to the left hand side. Pickering the ball downfield, but plenty of time for Egan to bring that down.
Yeah, look, you know it's a good atmosphere when every single decision is either cheered or royally booed. There's just a really great atmosphere to this.
Yeah, Brereton Diaz getting away down the left-hand side. Berger's gone with him. Just rolls it back 10 yards or so to Pickering. Now Travis just spots the run of Rankin Costello getting forward from right back up to the edge of the area. Fancy to go with goal there, Rankin Costello. And then a foul by Robinson, and he's in trouble here. He's already been booked, and Tim Robinson's having a word with Jack Robinson after sliding in strongly on Ryan Hedges, I think it was, who went down. But I think he's going to escape a second caution. But I think that might be his final warning, Dean Ashton.
Just a bit. He's got to have a little word with himself, or one of his teammates. If you're Egan, you just go across and say, look, you cannot be going in for those challenges. You just got to let it go. It wasn't like Hedges was about to take a strike. You've just got to clear your head there, make the right decision, don't do anything too risky. It was a really, really silly challenge, and he's very, very lucky. Straight away he went over to Tim Robinson and just...
Please don't, ref. So free kick to Blackburn, about 30 yards out, quite a way to the right of centre. Hedges is standing over this free kick, and so too is Morton, and a good header and tipped over by Fotheringham. Header from 6 yards out. Trying to see who it was who got the connection. I think it was Tyler Morton, or was it Dominic Hyam? Lovely header, but well tipped over by Fotheringham for a Blackburn corner. 1-1.
Yeah, it was Hyam. Just got in front of his marker. Great header. Either side of the goalkeeper, I think he's got a real chance. It was right over the top for Fotheringham, who did really well, though, just to flick that over.
So a corner at the Bramall Lane end for Blackburn Rovers, and Morton has gone across to take it. Right-footed outswinger from this near side into the near post, headed over the top by Gallagher. Just got in front of his marker, was trying to steer it goalwards from the near post, but got too much on it over the bar. Goal
really
kick,
poor.
1-1.
Really, really poor from Sam Gallagher. Got to do better. You can't ask for much more if you're a striker there. Whipped in, you've beaten your man, free header, no more than 6 yards. Why are you trying to guide it? Get the power on it, get it on target, make the keeper really have to work. If it's a powerful enough header, it probably goes past him. Disappointing, that.
That's Dean Ashton alongside me, Ian Danter. He knows what it takes to be a top striker in English football here at Bramall Lane in this all EFL FA Cup quarter-final. One apiece. Njai for Sheffield United. Hedges does just enough to kick the ball away from him, but it looked like he was heading for the penalty area. But Smodics is dispossessed by Doyle, and the Blades have it back. Robinson, left-hand side. Plays the ball into the feet of Njai with his back to play. Lovely turn. And then down the left-hand side of the box, almost released Robinson, but he just couldn't take the ball with him. And in the end, it goes out of play for a Blackburn Rovers throw.
Well, he's made the run, Robinson. It's a very, very good run, actually. And Njai does brilliantly just to then reverse the pack. Well, be ready for it then, Rob. If you're going to make that run, don't turn your back on it and then let it hit your heels. Be ready for that ball that might come in from Njai. Really clever pass. Instead, he was actually looking away and it hit him on the heel.
Blackburn were involved in the last All-Championship FA Cup quarter-final 10 years ago. Lost to Millwall after a replay, but no replays these days in the FA Cup quarter-finals. If we're level after 90 minutes, we have extra time and penalties standing by today here on Talksport 2. Egan puts his foot through it, clears his lines for Sheffield United, and Blackburn tidy up at the back. Rankin Costello hits the ball against the hard-working Njai, who's won it back. And then McBurney tucks it in field for Sander Berger. He lays it off to Doyle. Neat 1- and 2-touch football from Sheffield United. And then Lowe claims he was being obstructed by Hedges. But referee Robinson says no, throw in Blackburn, play on, 1-1.
Every single one of the probably 10,000 Sheffield United fans in the stand that we're in were up. We could all see it here, that Lowe was brilliant. Quick thinking, ball inside, looked to go on the outside. Hedges blocked him off. Clear foul. Everyone could see it this side. Tim Robinson couldn't see it from where he was and probably didn't have any help from his assistants.
McAtee, lovely run down the left-hand side of the area. Clips it to the far post, looking for McBurney. Headed out for a corner to Sheffield United, their fourth of this first half. I should tell you that Anthony Taylor, vastly experienced official, is the fourth official today, and he's having a very stern word with Paul Heckingbottom down there, the Sheffield United manager.
Yeah, absolutely. Notice he didn't turn around to the 10,000 Sheffield United fans to say, just calm yourselves.
How can you in an atmosphere like this? Doyle with a corner for Sheffield United. Flapped a little by Ainsley Pears, but there was a Blackburn player able to hook the ball clear out to the far side where Baldock will let it drop out of play for a Sheffield United throw. Midway point of the Blackburn half. We've got about 8 minutes plus added time to half-time. 1-1 the score. Penalty awarded by VAR. They got Blackburn in front. Brereton Diaz with his first FA Cup goal of the season. Sheffield United level through a hugely deflected effort from Max Lowe. And here come the Blades again. Doyle plays the ball up to the edge of the area. Headed away by Hyam. But it's back with the red and white shirts once again. Ahmed Hodzic flicks the ball down the right side of the box, but overhits it, intended for Njai. And that's a goal kick for Ainsley Pears and Blackburn Rovers, 1-1.
Take a breath. Wow, what a...
I will, thanks very much.
What a great tempo to the game. And why not? You know, it's an FA Cup quarter-final. There shouldn't be anything cautious about the two sides. It's a massive bonus before the start of the season. Neither of these sides are thinking, well, we're going to go far in the FA Cup.
Well, as I said, Sheffield United had their hairy moments against Wrexham. And Blackburn thought they were through against Birmingham in the original tie, but for a very late goal to force the replay, and 2-2 at Ewood Park, but they won that replay by 1-0. And then beating Leicester by 2-1 at the King Power was very much worthy of note from John Dahl Thomason's men. Lewis Travis looking to release Harry Pickering, who scored the winner when these two teams met at Ewood Park, live on Talksport 2 just a couple of weeks ago. But George Baldock shields the ball out of play for a Sheffield United throw to warm applause around Bramall Lane. Good defending.
Yeah, there's opportunities though for Blackburn on the counter attack, because Lowe and Baldock get so far forwards, and Doyle and Sander Berger again both look to push forwards when they have the ball. There is that little bit of space to counter attack against the back three.
Blackburn have it back, but just for a moment, a bit of silence around Bramall Lane. It's been such a noisy, wonderful atmosphere that we've been treated to here so far this afternoon. but just a moment of hush as Pears, the goalkeeper, clears it right-footed downfield, wearing all grey this afternoon, the Blackburn keeper. The ball's back with Max Lowe, who got the equaliser for the Blades. Robinson. I wonder whether Paul Heckingbottom might be thinking, how long do I keep him out there, or do I bring Chris Basham on for Robinson? Is he on a yellow card? Might not be able to make one more challenge.
I wouldn't have thought so. I wouldn't have thought so. I think he was lucky with the challenge that he made. I think there's other referees that may well have just gone, I'm sorry, you've really dived in there, and it's the second yellow card. So I think you make a good point. Wouldn't surprise me if he's got that in the back of his mind. Heckingbottom.
Well, Tim Robinson has issued red cards to 2 Blackburn players this season, Jake Garrett and Daniel Ayala, neither of whom starting today. Garrett's on the bench, sent off earlier in the championship season. Here's Hedges for Blackburn, swing it across in, good cross as well, and well dealt with by Buildup and Ahmed Hodzic, because Brereton Diaz was thundering in, but Buildup tracked the run, as all good full-backs and wing-backs should, and headed it behind for a Blackburn corner, 1-1.
Yeah, not only that, he's facing his goal on the 6-yard line with pressure behind him for Brereton Diaz, and he's got to flick that header up and over and not into his own net. But Brereton Diaz and Gallagher again, if you're not already on the move as that ball is about to be crossed, you're not going to get to it.
Short corner. Blackburn have it with Ryan Hedges. It looks like he's won another corner down that left-hand side. Indeed he has. I think that makes it 4 corners each. It's at the Cop end, away to our right-hand side, over on the far side where it meets the John Street stand. There's a little transport stand that sort of bisects in between those 2 stands, a little corner stand where this is going to be taken from. Hedges, left-footed outswinger for Blackburn, over the head of Hayden Carter, comes out to the centre of the half, and Morton. Now Travis again, picks it up 35 yards out, just to the left of centre, faced up by Doyle. Goes out left, looking for Hedges to put the ball high, and was there in front of the goalkeeper, but it was headed away. But Rovers have it back once more. It's poked clear, but only half clear. Comes out to Hedges, right-hand corner of the penalty area. But Max Lowe not only gets there first, hits the ball against Hedges and wins a throw for the Blades on this near side. 1-1 the score.
Well, it feels as if both sides have given the ball away quite a lot, but it's understandable. When the intensity of the game is like this, it's very difficult not to give the ball away.
It is 4 corners each, I think. It says, 4-3. Looking at Dean Ashton's stats. I knew yours would be better than mine. Who goes behind for a goal kick. Brereton Diaz felt he was being fouled there by Ahmed Hodzic. He doesn't get the decision, and I think the Sheffield United fans enjoyed that, based on the fact that Blackburn got a huge decision courtesy of those at Stockley Park earlier in the half. Now, we haven't been told, actually, it doesn't even say on the team sheet, does it, who's actually in charge of VAR today at Stockley Park. We know that it's Tim Robinson here in charge on the pitch, but we're not sure who was back at Stockley Park to tell Robinson to go and look at the video review screen to award that penalty. Now Gallagher goes down on halfway, claims for handball, but Sheffield United have won it back anyway. And then a bit of a foot up from Lewis Travis meant that a free kick was swiftly given to Sheffield United, but they played it short. Now Iliman Njai comes in field, leaves it for Sander Berger to take over, drifting towards the edge of the area. Great run from the Norwegian, but ran into Dominic Hyam in the end, who just hoofed it clear.
Yeah, there is that space just in front of the Blackburn back four for the likes of McAtee and Berger just to collect the ball and run, or to make the run into the space. Just overran it though, Sander Berger.
Heading towards the final minute of normal time in this first half. Sheffield United 1, Blackburn Rovers 1. Pulls out a play for a Sheffield United throw, level with the Blackburn box on the right hand side, as Baldock forced Pickering to put the ball out of play. And Baldock wants to get the ball back into play. He's not got anybody coming short to him just at the moment. He's gone a bit further infield and back to Tommy Doyle. Berger with his back to play. Has to flick the ball back to Robinson inside the centre circle. He's under a bit of pressure from Gallagher, so he turns out and gives the ball to Egan. Ball down the right-hand side. And the ball's gone out of play for a Blackburn throw. And we will shortly find out how many extra minutes Tim Robinson's going to add on.
And you can just tell even the players have just, the tempo's dropped. You know, even they can't keep that kind of intensity up as players. I think both sides will be, I think, pleased with a little break at half-time just to reset, especially defensively for Blackburn. There's too many times that a Sheffield United player has received that ball and can turn and face their back four.
Minimum of 3 minutes at the end of this first half. As down goes Njai, under pressure from Rankin Costello. That's a free kick, says Tim Robinson. So the Blades have a chance to put the ball into the Rovers box from midway point of the half, about 9 or 10 yards in from this near touchline. 1-1.
A few in this stand that love that. Feeling as if they haven't been getting the decisions, but so close to half-time. Can you put a tasty delivery in here? Can you whip it in so that the goalkeeper can't get it and you can just get a glance on it?
Well, the two Manchester City loanees are standing over it. It'll be the left foot of McAtee or the right foot of Doyle from this near side. Blackburn holding their line, the edge of the 18-yard box, and they've got a two-man wall protecting the near post. McAtee dummies to take it, and then Doyle actually went for goal, but Pears read that quite comfortably and makes the save. 1-1.
Yeah, I think they are, with the initial run from McAtee for the outswinger, hoping then that Pears makes a little movement towards as if he's going to come out and claim, and then Doyle can then go for that near post. Sadly for them, Pears didn't move at all, so it was just really easy for him to make the stop.
Makes you wonder whether they think they've seen him do it before.
Yes, yeah, good point.
With other set pieces, I mean, I know set piece coaching's become a real fine art these days.
Dedicated job, just to watch set plays.
Throwing coaches, for goodness sake. Brereton Diaz plays the ball in field. Just nodded clear away from Gallagher by Robinson. Anywhere will do, and Doyle just puts his left foot through it, and that's a good strong header from Hayden Carter to keep the ball away from McBurney. Played a couple of minutes of the minimum 3 that have been added on at the end of this first half on Talksport 2. Sheffield United 1, Blackburn Rovers 1 in the FA Cup. Doyle spots Baldock. What a pass! Fully 50 yards, brought down on the instep of Baldock, up against Pickering. Got support down the right-hand side of the box by Sander Berger. Tight to the dead ball line, works it back to Baldock. Just toe pokes the ball in field for Doyle. Doyle with a cross into the box, headed wide. Ahmed Hodzic was the furthest player forward, but the offside flag had gone up against him anyway. Free kick to Blackburn Rovers, 1-1.
What's he doing in there? Seriously, he wasn't involved in the play, so it's not as if he's played it in and then followed his path. Basically, when that Doyle crossfield pass was made, he's thought, do you know what? I'm just getting in the box. He was right in the middle, took it almost off McBurney, couldn't quite direct the header. In the end, it wasn't particularly close. But even the two centre-backs, Carter and Hyam, probably thinking, what? Where's he come from?
Half-time whistle goes, and warm applause from all 4 stands here at Bramall Lane, appreciating the effort that both Sheffield United and Blackburn Rovers players have put into this opening 45. But it needed the efforts of VAR to create the first goal. Sam Gallagher had shot for goal. It was blocked over the bar by Jack Robinson, but VAR suggested that there was a hand involved from Robinson. Tim Robinson, the referee, went to have a look and gave the penalty, scored for his first FA Cup goal of the season by Brereton Diaz, and it's the referee you can hear who's getting the bird as he walks off to this near touchline. But in fairness to Sheffield United, having controlled the game just prior to conceding that penalty, they got themselves level not long after. Corner only half cleared, came out to Max Lowe about 25 yards out, took a pot shot, took a massive deflection, wrong-footed Ainsley Pears, 1-1 the score. And it's been no quarter asked or given in this first half, Dean Ashton.
It's been an excellent half of football. Proper FA Cup tie. What I'd expected actually at the start of the game with these two, under such pressure in the Championship. Relaxed today, one-off hit, brilliant bonus to be able to get through possibly to the FA Cup semi-final and a trip to Wembley, and they've both gone for it. I've got to say, I've been really impressed actually with Sheffield United. They've controlled things, they've been a threat, they've been able to control the middle of the park, especially with the clever runs of Zanderberger and McAtee. I think have made it really difficult for Travis and Morton in that Blackburn midfield. But you can see why Blackburn are on such a good run. They look dangerous pretty much every time they do get to counter-attack. They've got clever runs and that physicality, Gallagher and Brereton Diaz. Schmodix maybe hasn't got into the game as much as I'm sure his manager would want, but obviously you get the rub of the green with the decision for the penalty. And then I thought Sheffield United responded brilliantly as well. Yes, a bit of luck for their goal, but their response just in terms of straight away not letting that affect them to then get back on that front foot and control the game again.
It's a really interesting clash of systems. I did mention it to you before we actually went live. You got a 4-2-3-1 in Blackburn against this sort of 3-4-3 or whatever you want to call it that Sheffield United plays. So at times, all over the pitch, there are going to be imbalances that suit one team over the other.
Yeah, I mean, good point. And I think what we maybe haven't seen is a real overload out wide. And it's actually been the middle of the park where I think the spaces have opened up. Schmodix isn't going to come back and necessarily do that defensive work. And Doyle at times has been exposed on his own when Zanderberger goes and drifts and joins the front line. But you would have expected a bit more, I think, from Blackburn, trying to double up against the wing-backs for Sheffield United, and that hasn't quite materialised. It's just been a real blood and thunder battle in the middle of the park.
I've had a message from one of my Talksport colleagues, I shan't name them, on the basis of that penalty awarded to Blackburn Rovers, and it just says at the end of a lot of stuff that I definitely can't read out, VAR has taken common sense out of the game. Well, it certainly gave Blackburn a penalty that they scored through Ben Brereton Diaz, but Max Lowe's hugely deflected effort has got the blades level, so a set-up for a cracking second half here in this FA Cup quarter-final, live on Talksport 2. Score at the break is Sheffield United 1, Blackburn Rovers 1.
Now get 25% off coffee and pastries at Cafe Nero 7 days a week with Compare the Market. Take it away, Sergey.
I need a Nero. I'm holding out for a Nero to get a flat white. It's gotta be strong, and it's gotta taste good, and it's gonna be made just right. I need a Nero.
Only with the Meerkat app from Compare the Market. With the qualifying product, 1 membership a year, 25% off barista-made drinks and pastries. App only, 2 codes per day. Exclusions and T's and C's apply.
FA Cup Live on Talksport 2 with Carling, the official beer partner of the Emirates FA Cup. 18 plus, please drink responsibly.
Hiya, what can I get you?
I'm so hungry.
Hungry? You need a Subway meal deal from just $5.49.
So if I have a 6-inch big beef sub with lettuce, a little cucumber and peppers?
It's $5.49.
Some onions, a few tomatoes, light mayo and ketchup?
Still $5.49.
With cheese and toasted?
Still $5.49.
What if I had some crisps and a drink?
Still
$5.49. I got it. Subway meal deal it is.
The Subway meal deal. A 6-inch sub with crisps and a drink from just $5.49. Participating stores, prices may vary. Extras cost more. Meal includes regular drink and select sides.
At Tesco Mobile, we're a little bit and a little bit. We call it Supermarket Mobile. It's why we offer helpful extras like family perks, where you can get club card points to save on your shopping or even more data. This is Super Helpful Mobile. This is Supermarket Mobile. Tesco Mobile. Every little helps. Requires 2+ subscription, maximum of 5 on the same account. Allocated once per month, activation up to 48 hours. Full details at tescomobile.com/perks.
I just sold my car.
Weren't you going to part exchange?
I was, but who knew you could get a bigger discount on your next car if you sell to We Buy Any Car? Just sold my car to We Buy Any Car.
Just sold my car to We Buy Any Car. Just sold my car to We Buy Any Car.
To find out how much your car's worth in 30 seconds, enter your reg number now at webuyanycar.com. Admin fee may apply. For more information, visit webuyanycar.com/info.
Money Super 7. People's bills are going up all over Britain. So what are we doing to help?
We could save people up to £390 on their car insurance.
Good. Anything else?
We could save them money on their credit cards too.
Excellent. Not a bad day's work. So, let's save Britain serious money.
Super Save with Money's Supermarket today. 51% of consumers could save up to £391.23. Consumer Intelligence, January 2023, UK only.
Be more CyberZen. Get NordVPN. Help avoid online trackers and malware-infected downloads. You could enjoy cleaner, safer, and more private internet daily. Be more CyberZen. Catch the special deal now at nordvpn.com.
Introducing KFC's limited edition Buffalo Twister Wrap, made with a crispy original recipe fillet, crunchy slaw and fiery buffalo sauce. It's only here until the 11th of June. But until then, have as many as you want. Stockpile them if you like, or just eat them. It's up to you. That's the Buffalo Twister Wrap only at KFC. Subject to availability. Participating restaurants only. See website for T's and C's.
FA Cup live on Talksport 2 with Carling, the official beer partner of the Emirates FA Cup. 18 plus, please drink responsibly.
Talksport 2, official broadcast partner of the English Football League.
The Social with Adiola Depot and Rory Jennings. Tomorrow afternoon from 3 on Talksport 2. Outspoken opinions and decisive debate following all the action.
We talk about football in a bipartisan and educated way. Well, I do at least.
I try.
News, views, fun and football fixtures.
It's not just football though. Bit of boxing, bit of horse racing, even a bit of rugby.
And it's a try! And some phenomenal guests.
If you can't get in this squad after showing the form he showed, I don't think it looks too good for him.
This is the place to be.
It's Addy and Rory. It's The Social on Talksport 2.
What a goal! The Social. Tomorrow afternoon from 3.
It just works, doesn't it?
On Talksport 2.
Game day. Football commentary forged in fire and brimstone.
Tucked into the near post.
FA Cup Game Day Live.
On Talksport 2.
Well, we've had fire and brimstone in the first half here at Brummel Lane in the All-Championship FA Cup quarter-final. The score is, at the break, Sheffield United 1, Blackburn Rovers 1. Ian Danter and Dean Ashton, the former Norwich City and England striker, with you here on Talksport 2. Let's take a look at the half-time highlights with Carling.
FA Cup half-time highlights on Talksport 2 with Carling, the official beer partner of the Emirates FA Cup. 18 plus, please drink responsibly.
Pulls it back. Gallagher! Oh, he's hit the crossbar. Deflected up in the air. I think of Jack Robinson, who got a vital touch. I don't know what the stoppage is for. Penalty. So Jack Robinson adjudged to have handled, and Blackburn Rovers have been awarded a penalty. And so Ben Brereton Diaz has the penalty at the Cop end for Blackburn Rovers. Up against Fotheringham, right-footed, scores! Blackburn Rovers hit the front in this all-EFL quarter-final. Doyle's corner into the near post, headed out by Gallagher. Comes to the edge of the area, driven in, and it's 1-1. It's Max Lowe. Deflected in, he hit it from fully 30 yards out. And Sheffield United are level just shy of the half hour, and it was a shy. He had a go, Max Lowe, and he's made it 1-1. There's your half-time highlights. That was all thanks to Carling, the official beer partner of the Emirates FA Cup. 18 plus, please drink responsibly. Now, a huge FA Cup side follows us once we're done here. Over on Talksport, League 2, Grimsby Town, dreaming of a date at Wembley, but Brighton stand in their way at the Amex. Now, the Mariners boss, Paul Hurst, caught up with Natalie Sawyer and Tony Cascarino on the weekend sports breakfast this morning. He believes that his side's playoff final victory against Solihull last season has had a real impact on their success in the FA Cup this year.
Some of the group were involved in the promotion last year from the National League in quite, again, that word, unbelievable circumstances with the playoff games, winning in extra time 3 times, kind of away from home onto an obviously neutral venue in the final. And that sort of shone through, I think, in this cup run. We've had to dig deep at times, but I think the majority of the games we've actually deserved to go through. But they're just good characters, good people. I think the word is just unbelievable. I can't quite believe it myself. And I've said a few times, as first tie in the competition, the draw was made and we drew the highest ranked team in Plymouth at that stage of the competition. Flying high, I'd watched them. They were fantastic to watch. And I just thought, we're not going to be in this competition for very long this season. Thankfully, I was wrong, and the players have gone from strength to strength. And just listening to that commentary there, because obviously you don't get to hear that, that was a nice reminder of that last game and listening to the fans, because that's what it's about. It's great for the players, of course, and everyone connected with the club, but the fans in particular.
I tell you what, Dean Ashton, they say never go back, particularly as managers, but Paul Hurst left Grimsby, tried his luck at Shrewsbury, nearly got them promoted, nearly got them a Football League trophy success, but didn't quite work out, ends up back at Grimsby, and he's working the Oracle yet again.
I know, the promotion, last season was quite incredible from the position that they were in.
They're still nobbled Solihull star striker in that final at the London Stadium. Not that I'm bitter. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, and even this season, big surprises. I think some surprises in the league when you've looked at some of the results, even in the league that they've managed. But obviously the FA Cup run, very, very special. Like driving up here this morning, listening to the Weekend Sports Breakfast, there was more of that interview on there, and I just thought it was a really great interview. He's right. Probably at that early stage, you don't think of it. Even as a manager, you sort of think, well, what a tough draw that is. And every round, it seems that it's probably felt quite tough for them. But, what a position to find themselves in. And he's right. For their fans, to already have the memories that they've created. And that's it is your job in a way, I think, as players and coaching staff and managers, is can you create something for this support that's always going to be there, that travel week in, week out, that spend the hard-earned money on cold, rainy nights, midweek and weekends, for some dross at times. Can you create something really special for them to remember? And I think his team have already done that, and dare to dream for them.
And it gets cold and windy at Grimsby.
Yeah,
I've been there, and there was a mini tornado once when I went there to play Walsall. Anyway, they're at Brighton today, who are very much in form in the Premier League. No easy task then for the Mariners. And despite the stark difference in league places, the Seagulls boss Roberto De Zerbi is not underestimating the opposition with a day at Wembley up for grabs.
I want our people, our fans support our players, because tomorrow, Sunday, is a difficult game. We have to think not we are Brighton in Premier League and Grimsby in 4th Division, because we will make mistakes, a big mistake, and we have to play seriously, because for us is a big opportunity to go to Wembley, and we have to think before the game like this, but not only players, but all people who want the semi-final, no?
Roberto De Zerbi, the Brighton manager. They play Grimsby. That's live on Talksport this afternoon, straight after this cup tie. And Adrian Durham will be your host over on Talksport. He's at Old Trafford, ahead of what will be the later game, the all-Premier League tie, Manchester United against Fulham. Ian Danter and Dean Ashton with you at Bramall Lane, playing a bit of Judas Priest through the PA system. United, their big hit single, as we await the re-emergence of Sheffield United. And here they come out of the tunnel. Blackburn already out. Not necessarily sure whether they've been sent out with a flea in their ear early by their manager John Dahl Thomas and Dean, because they did a right first half, Blackburn.
Yeah, they have. Look, it is an intimidating atmosphere here that Sheffield United create, and I thought they withstood actually quite a lot of pressure in that first half, Blackburn. I think it's been a feature of this good run that they've been on, that they maybe haven't conceded and been so inconsistent in the way that they've defended as a team.
I can't see any changes that have been made by either Paul Heckingbottom or John Dahl Thomason as we prepare to get the second half underway. So we'll really quickly through the lineups. For Sheffield United, Fotheringham the keeper, Ahmed Hodzic, Egan, Robinson at the back, Baldock, Doyle, Berger, Lowe in midfield, McAtee and Jai and McBurney up front. For Blackburn, Pears the keeper, Rankin, Costello, Carter, Hyam, Pickering at the back, Travis, Morton, Hedges, Smodics, Brereton Diaz and Gallagher. And the greasy chip butty song starts again, but we're underway with Sheffield United in their red and white striped shirts, black shorts and socks, heading for their favoured Kop in the second half. Away to our right, and straight away Sander Berg plays the ball up to the edge of the area. It slipped in, and a chance for McAtee. Oh, he just had the chance to pull the trigger from 8 yards out, but I think he tried to take a touch and it came off his boot and ricocheted away. What a chance.
I mean, I'm not sure what he's thinking, because he's actually got time. It's not fired into him, it's just caressed into his path from Lowe. He just teases it into the middle. I don't think he knows his surroundings either, but he tries to take a touch, and when your shin gets in the way, normally it ends up bouncing off it and away. But why didn't he just take the strike?
He got a trampoline in his instep there, hadn't he? We've got replays all of a sudden now, which we didn't have in the first half.
No.
1-1. Blackburn in their blue and white halves and their white shorts and blue and white socks. They're heading for the Bramall Lane end away to our left. Both tiers of that stand full of expectant Blackburn Rovers fans who've travelled across the Pennines to this one. Now here's Njai for Sheffield United, playing the ball to the right hand corner of the area. McAtee lays it off for the shot, driven into the net by Baldock, who cut in field, hit the side netting at the near post. Not quite as prolific as his brother Sam in front of goal, but a decent effort from George Baldock nonetheless. 1-1.
And Jai again, really good play, driving at that Blackburn defence. Little neat pass to McAtee, who's desperate to try and get onto his left foot. Fantastic awareness, just to almost sense Baldock on his left shoulder. Just lent it 2 yards to him to strike first time. He was off balance, couldn't quite make sure that it was on the target, and of course that far side thought it was in as the side netting took a ripple.
Foul gives Sheffield United a free kick. Gallagher adjudged to have nudged Tommy Doyle to the turf, and Tommy Doyle wanted to take the free kick quickly but from the wrong position, says referee Robinson. Sheffield United were last at Wembley 11 years ago when they lost the League One playoff final to Huddersfield on penalties. In fact, Sheffield United have got a wretched Wembley record. Certainly Brentford's was up there with Sheffield United's before they finally triumphed in a playoff under Thomas Frank. Free kick sent downfield, and Max Lowe thought it came off a Blackburn head and let the ball drift out of play, thinking it was going to be a Sheffield United throw, but it didn't take a touch off any player from Doyle's free kick. And so Blackburn can restart with a throw of their own in their right back position. 3 minutes gone in the second half. 1-1. It stays on Talksport 2 in this FA Cup quarter final.
And it feels like Heckingbottom and Stuart McCall, his assistant as well, Anthony Taylor, constantly just chatting to them. Hasn't had to go over to Doyle Thomason.
Brereton Diaz, left hand corner of the area as Blackburn come forward. Little back heel, trying to get Pickering into the game. It's driven in by Morton. Brilliant save. Comes out. Oh, what a save. Brereton Diaz denied by Fotheringham. Back to the edge of the area again and lifted over the bar by Tyler Morton. But Wes Fotheringham made a brilliant save from inside the box as Brereton Diaz initially backheeled the ball. It came back his way as it was saved by the keeper. What a block to keep it 1-1.
Oh, double save from Fotheringham. First of all, it comes through lots of legs. Pickering's right-footed shot, and he sees it really late, parries it, as Diaz then follows in, as every good striker should do. It was his back heel to Pickering originally. Then he drives into the box, and he thinks he scored. He fires this towards the near post, Brereton Diaz, but Fotheringham comes from behind his own defender, Robinson, quick as a flash across his goal to make another wonderful, vital save for his side.
What a free transfer he's been. Wes Fotheringham came from Rangers a couple of years ago to Sheffield United. Brilliant double save there to keep it level on Talksport 2. Incidentally, Swansea lead Bristol City in the game in the Championship this lunchtime. Cullen has given Swansea the lead at the Swansea.com stadium. Now, Ahmed Hodzic for Sheffield United at 1-1. What a lung-busting run. Downfield, slips it into Njai. Back to goal at the edge of the area. Moves out to the right-hand side of the box. Needing support. McAtee tried to flick it through to McBurney. Couldn't find his man. Blackburn clear, but couldn't find Gallagher on halfway. Sander Berge in the centre circle. Shovels it out to this near side, the Sheffield United right, and George Buildup. Ball in field for McAtee, scurrying towards the ball. Drifts away from his man down the right-hand side. Hyam's trying to stay with him. McAtee still has it, then almost lost it to Tyler Morton. Then in slides Ahmed Hodzic in between Hyam and Morton. Blackburn get it clear, but again it won't find Gallagher.
But they, time and time again, Sheffield United, they do just take the harder option. When it's just easier to play that simple pass, they want to take an extra touch or an extra...
Well, McBurney's got it edge of the area, trying to drift inside his man. An important block by Hayden Carter.
Again, though, a great example there. He gets the space, he's on the turn, right foot, take the shot. Instead, he then tries to play it through Carter's legs and get closer to the goal. Got to take those opportunities when they open up.
Brereton Diaz just hit a bit of a Gary Owen and up and under that. Back to the edge of his own penalty area. Blackburn still haven't quite cleared their lines yet. Ainsley Pears now puts his right foot through it. The Rovers keeper goes up to halfway. 6 minutes gone in the second half. On Talksport 2 in the FA Cup quarter-final. Sheffield United 1, Blackburn 1. Here's Brereton Diaz, who just brought the best out of Wes Fotheringham down the left-hand side of the box. Driven across the face of goal by Tyler Morton. Nobody there to connect. Smodics and Gallagher just caught slightly on their toes.
Well, they haven't learned their lesson, have they, Sheffield United? Because Morton, he's done it about 3 times now. He'll make that run. Pickering's the same as well, that they just don't see that because they're so concerned about Brereton Diaz. Yeah. They maybe then don't, take the runs more seriously of Morton and Pickering that are then going into that space that Brereton Diaz leaves behind.
Here's Morton again for Blackburn. Flicked on down the right-hand side by Rankin Costello, but Jack Robinson finds McBurney, chests it down brilliantly for Njai, just over the halfway line. Still going Njai, back out to the left-hand side of the box, and McBurney tried to return the compliment back to his teammate, but Blackburn got a foot in, and they get it clear. Travis finds Hayden Carter. Oh, good ball down the line. And Lewis Travis can just come in field, and he's pushed to the ground. No, says the referee. Looked like a push by Jack Robinson.
It did a bit, but I thought he read it, Robinson, and just stepped across. And the only thing was, there was hands, I think, on his chest, but I thought he read it first.
And now it's John Doyle Thomason's turn to give fourth official Anthony Taylor a bit of a coating. Here's McBurney, meantime, for Sheffield United. Attacking the cop end to our right, the Blades, in this second half. Sander Berge, 30 yards out, to the left of centre. Moving up to his immediate left is Jack Robinson. Further out left is Sheffield United's goal scorer today, Max Lowe. Has to go back to Egan, his captain. Just on the halfway line. And under pressure from Gallagher, has to turn and fire it back to his own goalkeeper, Wes Fotheringham. Fotheringham plays a short pass back to Egan. Centre of his own half now. Now Egan can bring it forward. He's just got away from Gallagher. Strokes it out to this near touchline and Ahmed Hodzic. But Ahmed Hodzic has to go back to his keeper.
Yeah,
trying to be patient here, Sheffield United.
Always the modern way. There's supporters that don't like it at times, but you're just looking for that opening, trying to be patient, waiting for the right opening for Sheffield United. They won't mind if it works.
Tommy Doyle finds Sander Berge, who can move menacingly into the Blackburn half. Tried to step over 2 challenges, and it was an important touch from Tyler Morton to win it back. because it looked like he dropped the shoulder there, Berger, and got away from him. Good midfield play by young Tyler Morton. Ahmed Hodzic will try and keep the ball in play down this near side for Sheffield United. Help from Baldock. Baldock flicks it in field to Berger inside his own half. Moves up to the halfway line. Plays a short pass forward to McBurney. McBurney slides in and Jai couldn't take the ball with him down the right-hand side of the box, and Ainsley Pears will clear Blackburn's lines. Back it comes via the head of Egan. Deflected away. Sanger again. Finds Egan. Up to McBurney. 35 yards out. Back to goal. And Jai takes the ball off his toes. Out to Baldock on this near side. So be very patient down this right-hand side, and Njai now brings it in field, finds Baldock across to the edge of the area, and Njai's gone to retrieve it, out to the left-hand side, Lowe drives it across, McAtee went in to finish, and it was good defending by Lewis Travis, and here come Blackburn, 3-on-3 on the counter-attack. It's Brereton Diaz. He's got Gallagher to his left, Smodic's up there too. Gallagher cuts in field towards the edge of the area, but runs into his man, and then he commits a foul, and that dangerous looking counter-attack for Blackburn in the end comes to nothing. 10 gone in the second half. 1-1 on Talksport 2. Dean Ashton.
Both teams are just so guilty of over-complicating things. You know, they need to start living a little bit more by my motto, which is selfish but apologetic, which is when that opportunity comes around, you take it and then you say sorry if it doesn't come off. But it doesn't happen often enough in games where it opens up for you as a striker and you can take that opportunity rather than trying to be clever, backheel it, put it through someone's legs, you know, be really generous to a teammate that maybe isn't in a better position than you are. And it just feels a little bit like that for both sides. Nearly took a chance there, Egan.
By the way, is that motto above your front door with a little crest? Selfish but unapologetic. I like that motto. Dean Ashton with me, Ian Danter on Talksport 2. 1-1. No closer to knowing who's going to Wembley out of these two championship sides. Second against fifth at the start of the weekend in the championship. Sheffield United twice quarter-finalists in the past 3 years, so Blades fans have got good recent experience of this stage of the FA Cup. Blackburn, who last made the semi-finals back in 2007, they lost after extra time to Chelsea at Old Trafford. I think that was the last year, in actual fact, of neutral venues for semi-finals. Now throw in from Blackburn down the left-hand side, but Pickering can't find a teammate. Sheffield United have it back, but then Baldock gives it away. Oh, Travis, poor back pass. McAtee straight onto it. What a save. Ainsley Pears out to block. Massive chance for James McAtee from a sloppy back pass, but Ainsley Pears was stood in the right spot and made the block. 1-1.
You've got to take those chances. I'm sorry, at this level, that's too good an opportunity for McAtee. Travis just played the pass blind, didn't see McAtee was there, didn't put enough on it as well. He was through on goal, 1v1. Thing is, he's got loads of time to think about it. Pears does really well. He doesn't actually move. He just says, go on, you make a decision. It was a poor one. He stuck out a leg, Pears, and made a good save, but it was just a really, really sloppy finish.
Sander Berger, good run down the right-hand side, ball into the near post, cleared out to the edge of the box. Ahmed Hodges tries to loft it goalwards and gets it wrong. Goes well wide in the end for a Blackburn goal kick. Approaching the hour.
Well, he does really, when the ball's wide, Ahmed Hodzic gets himself in and around the area, waiting for either a cross to go and attack, or he finds himself on the edge of the box. He just got ahead of himself there. He thought, do you know what? I'm that good, I'm going to try and dink it towards the far post, and made a right hash of it.
The Bosnian who joined from Malmo. Got it all wrong. You're listening to Sheffield United 1, Blackburn 1 in the FA Cup quarter-final, live on Talksport 2 with Carling, the official beer partner of the Emirates FA Cup. It's 18 plus. Please drink responsibly. Pears clears from the goal kick for Blackburn, but slipped as he did so. That's why you heard the way from three sides of Bramall Lane.
And I talked about before the game that they're, in terms of big chances missed, Sheffield United have had the most. in the Championship, and again we've seen it today. Really, they should probably be 3-1 ahead.
Njai loses out to Tyler Morton. Blackburn almost got through toward the edge of the Sheffield United penalty area. The Blade smuggle it clear. Njai runs in to Dominic Hyam, puts his left boot through it and gets it downfield, but the back three of Sheffield United deal with it. Low, that's a poor touch in field. Blackburn have won it back. It's played through for Smodics, who's onside. 2-1 Blackburn. Mistake at the back by Sheffield United in their own half. The ball was slid through to Sammy Smodics. He got the winner at Leicester. Has he got the winner on the hour to see Blackburn off to the new Wembley for the first time? Sheffield United 1, Blackburn 2.
And there's the difference. There's a natural finisher in Smodics. Really clever pass from Gallagher. Perfectly timed run as well from Smodics from that number 10 position. He just got himself in behind Gallagher. The pass was perfect, the run was there, and then he was so cool and calm with the finish. He saw that Fotheringham came out and he just slipped it down the side of the goalkeeper into that far corner and wheeled away to the Blackburn fans behind the goal. What a cool, calm finish that was.
Sammy Smodics, once of Peterborough United, has got those Rovers fans away to our left, jubilant once again. He got the winner at the King Power. And Sheffield United find themselves behind once again. And as you were saying, Dean Ashton, with all the chances they were creating, not 10 seconds before that goal went in, you said they should be 3-1 up, based on the big chances that they've had in this game.
I mean, they've played well, Sheffield United. I've been really impressed. You know, the build-up to create those chances. At times, I just think that there's the extra pass or trying to be too clever or not clinical enough. And then the opposition go down the other end. That one chance, so clinical as well from Smodics. Great finish. And that's the difference, and it can be at this level.
Sander Berger tracking back. Gives the ball back to his keeper, Fotheringham. Good first-time clearance. Goes over the head of McBurney. And Njai scrapping for possession with Hayden Carter. Carter touches the ball in field and then brings down McBurney, who got there first. Yellow card for Hayden Carter. And Sheffield United have a free kick about 25 yards in to Blackburn territory. And this is going to be no less full-blooded for the last half an hour of this game. Blackburn 2-1 up.
Yeah. It's going to be tough if they're just going to sit back, Blackburn. I don't think they are, because still the attackers on the pitch for them will want to counter-attack. But brilliant from McBurney. He saw the challenge coming from Carter and just took it away from him.
So a free kick for the Blades out towards this near side as they attack the Kop end to our right in this second half. Doyle and McAtee stood over it. McAtee, again, dummies to hit. Doyle will strike it into the near post and it's headed wastefully wide. And it was Njai who was trying to help it on its way more than anything else from the edge of the area, but just helped it behind for a Blackburn goal kick.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about this stutter from McAtee. And
the free kick dummies,
and then Doyle. And it doesn't matter whether you do any of that. If the delivery then isn't right, it's all irrelevant. So much of the set plays is about the quality of the deliveries, and those two have been very poor.
As Talksport listeners join us at Bramall Lane, 63 minutes gone, Sheffield United 1, Blackburn Rovers 2 in this all-championship FA Cup quarter-final. And Sammy Smodics, who scored the winning goal for Blackburn at Leicester in the last round, has put Rovers back in front. Ball given away by Max Lowe. I'll break off for a minute because Blackburn are coming away down their right-hand side, but Sheffield United win the ball back. But Brereton Diaz, after a giveaway, I think it was Max Lowe that gave the ball away, just shy of the centre circle. And Brereton Diaz, a defence-splitting pass. Smodics timed his run to perfection in behind the Sheffield United backline, and a clinical right-footed finish, Dean Ashton.
And that is the difference in this game. Sheffield United have been good. They've been excellent, actually. Blackburn have just been clinical with that chance. Szmodics, when he got through, he was calm, he didn't snatch at it, he just guided it past Fotheringham, whereas Sheffield United, and especially McAtee, had a wonderful 1v1 chance against Pears in the Blackburn goal, and he just didn't look confident and didn't stick that away. And at this level, that is most definitely the difference.
Here comes Sander Berge as Sheffield United try to respond, and Jai down the left-hand side of the box, but that's good defending by Lewis Travis for Blackburn. But Sheffield United win it back, and there's still plenty of time for more goals in this game. 25 minutes of normal time to go as Blackburn win a free kick. The rest of this commentary live on Talksport 2. Get the app downloaded and you can swipe between Talksport and Talksport 2 effortlessly. But with 25 minutes to go, Blackburn, as it stands, are going to be heading to the new Wembley for the first time ever. It's Sheffield United 1, Blackburn 2.
And we're at that stage of the game where the substitutes are out, all of them, furiously warming up, glancing over their shoulder to the manager to say, it's me, I'm going to be the difference. And which manager is going to blink first with a change?
Well, there's nobody stripped and ready to come on yet. There's still 3 of each. Subshak warming up down beneath us. Sheffield United have got a throw on the far side in the sunny area of the pitch. The near side to us is in shade, but the opposite half of the pitch, running the length of the pitch, is in bright late winter, early spring sunshine, as Wes Fotheringham is forced hurriedly to clear for Sheffield United. Straight out of play on this side for a Blackburn throw.
He's done that a couple of times on selfish running, Gallagher, just when you feel like there's not a chance, but you've got to do it, put the goalkeeper under pressure, and you win your side a throw in and ease a little bit of pressure.
Brereton Diaz for Blackburn finds Morton. Hyam now lofts a ball down the left-hand side of the area, asking Gallagher to give chase, and it forces Doyle to hook the ball out of play for a Blackburn throw deep in Sheffield United territory, down by the corner flag on this near side, the left. Been taken by Pickering.
Blackburn can't sit back. I think they've got to think, if we can get the third. You know, if we could get the third here, it just, I think, knocks any hope for Sheffield United and unsettles this support.
I think I've just seen Anthony Taylor, the fourth official, type out the number 10. I think that means Billy Sharp's going to be on fairly shortly for Paul Heckingbottom and Sheffield United. Let's see if I'm right. I don't get a prize if I get it right, do I? Might get half your double-decker again. Excuse me. Here's Sander Berge for Sheffield United. 2-1 down. Out to the left-hand side, looking for Lowe. Telegraphed the pass, made it easy for Ryan Hedges to slide it out of play for a Sheffield United throw, which they've taken quickly. Sander Berge again. Long, languid stride from the Norwegian midfielder. And Jai, centre of the Blackburn half. Splits play out to this near side, and George Bulldog being watched by Morton. Now Jai picks it up again. Ahmed Hodzic and Egan on the overlap. Goes up to the edge of the area. Sander Berge made room for a shot. Brilliant block by the back of Lewis Travis. But Sheffield United have retained possession on halfway with Robinson. Oh, a little drag back to get away from Szmodics. Nicely done. Turn around the corner looking to get Ahmed Hodzic into the game. Egan slides in to stop Gallagher getting up to halfway. And it will be a throw to Blackburn. And it will be Billy Sharp on very shortly for Sheffield United.
Well, I always think Billy Sharp, if there's going to be, you know, that chance that falls, because it's going to be a bit of a scramble the last part of this game, and it might just take someone like Billy Sharp, when that ball falls, takes the opportunity. As Fotheringham has gone down.
Yeah, so lots of players just come to this near side to take on a bit of water, and an impromptu coaching session from Messrs Heckingbottom and Thomason. 2-1 the score to Blackburn if you're just tuning in to Talksport 2. Remember, Brighton against Grimsby, 2:15 kickoff live on Talksport. And also Manchester United against Fulham. That's live on Talksport and exclusive to Talksport and National Radio. 4:30 kickoff at Old Trafford. Now, who's coming off? It is Jack Robinson, who was booked in that first half, who is coming off, and Billy Sharp, a genuine Sheffield United legend, over 300 appearances in 2 spells as a Blade. And he's just taken the captain's armband as well, I think, off John Egan.
Yeah, which he will do. And maybe, I guess a change of shape with going to a back 4 with Lowe and Baldock just now slotting back into orthodox fullback roles.
Right. I don't think there's any other way they would go. Although George Baldock's just holding his arms out to Paul Heckingbottom there as Foderingham gets to his feet, having had treatment, and says, right, what are we doing? And I think Baldock now knows. Play will restart with a Blackburn throw. 20 minutes to go. On Talksport 2, Blackburn, one of 6 EFL sides who have never played at the new Wembley Stadium since its rebuilding, are 2-1 up, and they're chasing a third here as Hedges is sent away down the right-hand side by Smodics. Hedges up to the edge of the area, left-footed drive off the inside of the post, along the line, and then behind for a goal kick. How close Ryan Hedges was to ensuring a trip to Wembley for Rovers. Stays 2-1 though.
You will not get any closer. How unlucky is this from Hedges? He cuts inside on his left foot. Probably the goalkeeper thinks, well, he's going to fancy this curler to the far post. He doesn't. He drills it low. It skims off the surface a couple of times. It's beyond Foderingham. Hits the inside of the post. Goes across the line with a bit of spin away from the goal and misses the post the other side as Brereton Diaz then just mouth open, can't believe it.
Here's Hedges again, looking for Travis down the right-hand side of the area. Blackburn pushing forward once more. Ball into the box, can't find Hedges. Doyle will just hoof it clear for Sheffield United. McBurney looks to head it infield for Sharp. Might drop in the centre circle for Sander Berger here. Couldn't quite control it, but Njai's on the scene to help him out. It's 1-0 Swansea at half-time in the Championship against Bristol City, incidentally. Oh, what a run from Ahmed Hodzic, all the way into the area from the right-hand side. Good challenge, though, from Dominic Hyam. Ball's out of play. Another 50, 60-yard run from Anel Ahmed Hodzic up from the back for Sheffield United. Blackburn still 2-1 up, though.
He's a great watch, isn't he? Ahmed Hodzic. He is definitely a striker dressed as a defender. Honestly, it's fantastic, and this is what you need.
Oh, great skill from Njai, finding Baldock, trying to get across him from the right-hand side, blocked by Hyam. Njai was just hopping backwards, rolling his foot on the ball, and then suddenly jinked it through 3 Blackburn players to find George Baldock. Lovely skill.
He's got that, hasn't he? He's got that in his play.
He's just ridden a challenge from Gallagher and worked it back excuse me, to the halfway line, and Ahmed Hodzic. Now Egan. It is a back 4 now for Sheffield. Well, you can almost say a back 2, because Lowe and Baldock as fullbacks are pushed up very, very high.
It's probably a 1 because Ahmed Hodzic wants to be the striker. So
yeah.
Look, they're going to have to take risks. Of course they are, and Blackburn will be looking to take advantage of that. But
well, McBurney trying to release McAtee down the left-hand side, but that'll dribble behind for a goal kick to Blackburn at the Kop end. 17 minutes to go on Talksport 2. Sheffield United 1, Blackburn Rovers 2. Ian Danter and Dean Ashton with you. Blackburn edging closer to a first ever appearance at the new Wembley. They won it 6 times, this trophy. Last time they won it, though, nearly a century ago, 1928, when Blackburn last lifted this competition's trophy. Goal kick downfield from Pears. Sharp, who's not long on for Sheffield United, can't get a piece of it. It's floated downfield by Pickering, looking for Brereton Diaz, and Brereton Diaz has got the better of Baldock. He's into the area left-hand side, pulls it across. Oh, and Gallagher missed it at the far post. Kept alive at the far post. Back in, looking for Brereton Diaz, headed away by Ahmed Hodzic. And Berger will clear Sheffield United's lines, will he? No, Brereton Diaz prevents it. What a chance again for Blackburn Rovers, and somehow Sam Gallagher couldn't convert from the cross, slid across the face of goal by Ben Brereton Diaz.
Oh, how good was that from Brereton Diaz? The way he just, on the outside of the foot, just chopped it beyond Baldock and then went to find the cross. And I tell you what, it takes a tiny, tiny touch of Hamad Hodzic just to take it away from Gallagher. Gallagher was there just to slide in and side foot it in, and that touch just took it away from him. Otherwise, that would have been 3-1.
Blackburn haven't beaten Sheffield United in the FA Cup for 126 years. The previous record is Derby against Barnsley, and it took Derby 125 years to beat Barnsley in this competition. So,
dug deep for that one.
Yeah, sorry. I just felt it was relevant with him.
Yeah, love it.
2-1 up with 15 minutes to go. And Sheffield United are going to be gambling more and more and more as this tie continues at this scoreline. Here's McAtee. Infield for Sander Berger for Sheffield United. Up to the edge of the area. Sold in a bit short with a pass to the right. And it's picked off by Blackburn Rovers, and it was sent downfield by Rankin Costello. Come all the way across from right back to the left-hand side and cleared it downfield. Sheffield United have a throw in their own half. Doyle picks it up. Left for Egan. Now McAtee can move over the halfway line on the far side into the Blackburn half of the field. 14 minutes to go. Sheffield United 1, Blackburn 2 in the FA Cup quarter-final. Live on Talksport 2. Njai for the Blades. We'll just lay it off now for Ahmed Hodzic. Again, McAtee comes short, up to the edge of the area. Plays him at Burney, angles tight, fires it wide. Let the ball run across his body well, down the left-hand side of the 6-yard box. Swung his left peg at it. He went behind for a goal kick. 2-1 Blackburn.
Very deep Blackburn. Too deep, actually, to allow McAtee just to turn and run almost to the 18-yard line, where he was able then just to craft a little pass to McBurney, who like you said, just let it run across his body, left-hand side of the penalty area, swivel with his left foot. Really poor effort, though. Almost shanked it wide to hit the stanchion behind the back of the goal. Poor effort.
Pears will take the goal kick for Blackburn. Straight onto the head of Egan, up to McBurney on halfway. And Jai can't wriggle past the challenge of Travis. Rankin Costello lets the ball go all the way back to Ainsley Pears. The keeper drills it downfield, but straight to Ahmed Hodzic. Doyle for Sheffield United turns up to the halfway line, laid off by Njai. And then McAtee looking for the run of Sharp down the left-hand side of the box. Can he keep it in play? No, he can't. Goal kick to Blackburn Rovers. More seconds tick away. 12 and a half minutes of normal time to go, and there are changes being readied. Scott Wharton is definitely coming on for Blackburn to add a bit of defensive solidity. Dean Ashton.
Yeah, I mean, there's some tired legs. This game has been played at a brilliant intensity, and they're going to have to defend, aren't they, Blackburn? But if you're Sheffield United, this is the time when you're trying to get an equaliser. You can't try those really difficult passes. It's all about percentage. Can you build up the pressure on Blackburn? If you're just giving it away, giving them goal kicks, it's so much easier.
Callum Britton's going to be coming on as well for Rovers, as well as Scott Wharton. Double change imminently then for the visitors, who still lead 2-1 in this cup tie. Sander Berger offside as he received the ball right-hand side.
And that's exactly a point there. Lazy offsides, just any momentum gone again, allowing Blackburn just to relax.
Well, coming off Ryan Hedges, who's so close to making it 3-1 with that left-footed shot that hit the inside of Fotheringham's near post and rolled along the line. And he's coming off for Scott Wharton, and Callum Britton coming on for Joe Rankin Costello at fullback.
Again, it's just Maybe a bit of tiredness on that far side for Blackburn, the right-hand side for them, having now taken off the right back and the right winger.
Well, let's see where Wharton goes. I assume he goes in at the back with...
Yeah, just made it into a back three, haven't they?
With Carter and Hyam. Yeah, he's playing on the left of the three. Hyam now in the centre. Carter on the right. And we're going to see Daniel Jebison on for Sheffield United as well to bolster their attacking options still further. Had a slight Achilles problem that he picked up in the win at Sunderland, but he's fit enough for the bench, Jebison. And he'll be on in a bit. But here come the Sheffield United, 2-1 down, approaching the last 10 minutes on Talksport 2. Doyle, just ahead of the centre circle. And it's worked back to John Egan. Egan out to Lowe on the left-hand side. Sharp's out there with him, but it goes back towards the halfway line. And Egan, now Sharp has it. Hugging that far left-hand touchline. Back it goes to Egan. And now Doyle, who's definitely sitting an awful lot deeper, allowing other people to get forward. Sander Berger gives the ball back to Doyle on halfway. Blackburn have got everybody behind the ball. Drilled out by Doyle, looking for Lowe, left-hand side. Lovely ball. Going up against Britton. Drops in the area for McBurney. Trying to find some space. McBurney! It's 2-2! Ollie McBurney found space in the area where there appeared to be none at all. And with 10 minutes to go, extra time beckons at Bramall. It's Sheffield United 2, Blackburn Rovers 2, Ollie McBurney.
And he missed one, pretty identical. Only minutes earlier, McBurney, but this time he was really calm. He made absolutely sure with this opportunity. They just kept it alive low on that side. He flicks it inside. It's a great turn from McBurney. The strength he shows then to brush off a defender. And then he's calm enough just to slot this through defender's legs. It bobbles away to that far corner and into the inside side netting. He won't care whether it wasn't the best strike. He just guided it into the far corner. Sharp was there to mop up if it hit the post, but it didn't. It was in from McBurney.
Second FA Cup goal of the season for Ollie McBurney, to go with the 11 championship goals he's managed. And they've come from behind a second time, Sheffield United. 2-2. And now 8 minutes of normal time remain. And I think the idea of bringing on Daniel Jebison has now gone a little bit down the priority list to Paul Heckingbottom.
Yeah, I think so. Although, you know, you'd fancy Sheffield United now, wouldn't you? Go on and win it.
Well, Blackburn had just made those changes. And here comes Sheffield United with Njai. Finds Billy Sharp. Right-hand side. Early cross into the box. Headed up in the air by Hyam. Drops inside the area. Wharton can't get it fully clear. Sander Berger. Down the right-hand side, clips the ball into the near post, headed up in the air by Wharton. McBurney goes in too strongly on the keeper. Free kick to Blackburn Rovers. I say too strongly. Dean Ashton probably thinks that's a fair challenge.
I did. I thought it was a great challenge. McBurney was just up there really high, you know, arm in the goalkeeper's throat. Why not?
Yeah, perfectly natural. 7 minutes to go. 2-2. And the Sheffield United fans have found their voice again. Well, as I said, Blackburn changed their shape. They went to 3 centre halves. Almost as soon as they'd done that, they'd conceded.
Yeah, you just wonder whether they weren't set as a 3.
McAtee giving chase down the left-hand side for Sheffield United. Up against Callum Britton. Couldn't keep it in play. Throw in to Blackburn Rovers. I wonder what John Doyle Thomason does now. He's made that change to take off Hedges and bring on Wharton. So one of his more attack-minded players is off. Yorkshire is the chant now, as Lancashire have been pegged back. Now down the left-hand side, Billy Sharp trying to engineer something for Sheffield United. Travis gets it half clear. Infield it goes. Sharp again for Sheffield United. Finds Njai down the left-hand side of the box. Plenty of Blackburn Rovers shirts for company. Almost worked it into space for McBurney inside the area. Njai, lovely skill into the area. Here's McBurney, edge of the box, trying to make room for a shot. He's looking to get Max Lowe in, who got inside the area. Only half cleared by Blackburn. Sander Berger slides in, gets the better of his man, stays on his feet, does really well. Sander Berger runs out to this near side. The Sheffield United right as they attack the Kop end. Baldock makes a dummy run. And Berger just holds it up for a moment and calms things down. Baldock is offside as he received it that time. Free kick to Blackburn Rovers. 5 minutes of normal time to go. Have we got a winner in normal time here at Bramall Lane? 2-2.
Well, McBurney has just given Sander Berger a verbal volley because, and he's right, you know, when Sander Berger gets there, put it in. You've got 3 strikers on the pitch now. If you get the opportunity, just whip that in behind the defence, let them go and attack it, stop with the stop-start running that Berger, I know he's very good at it, but still, at this time in the game, give them an opportunity.
McBurney knocks it down to Njai. Now McAtee for Sheffield United. Centre of the Blackburn half. Squares it to his right for Berger. Shouts of man on. He just protects it from Brereton Diaz. Now Baldock lofts the ball into the area. Headed out by Hyam. But Sheffield United get to the second ball. It's Doyle. Diagonal ball from the left into the box. Will it drop for Baldock? Baldock gets there, has to run outside the area to keep it away from Brereton Diaz, who's now marking him. Rolled back to Sander Berger. Sheffield United trying to find a winner here on Talksport 2 in the FA Cup. Doyle makes room for a shot. It's low and it's well held by Pears in front of his goal line. 2-2.
Oh, it's a weak effort, wasn't it, from Doyle? Again, is that the right option late on in the game, or do you just try and play the percentages, keep that pressure on? Blackburn Rovers, a weak shot from 25 yards is just going to allow them to have a breather.
Long goal kick downfield by Pears. Drops on the halfway line. And bit of space for Callum Britton for Blackburn to come forward. Up against Max Lowe. Good run from Callum Britton. Whipped in the cross and held in front of his goal line by Fotheringham. Don't think that was the intention of Callum Britton.
No, I think it took a wicked deflection, actually. It's a good job he was alert to it. Fotheringham hadn't strayed too far from his goal line. Managed to handle well.
Remember, Brighton Grimsby live on Talksport 2 at 2:15 and on Talksport at 4:30. Exclusive national radio commentary of Manchester United against Fulham. Here comes Sheffield United. It's McAtee up to the edge of the area. Slips in sharp. Blocked on its way to goal by Hyam. It's a corner to Sheffield United at the Kop end. No, it's offside. Flag's gone up against Billy Sharp. So it'll be a free kick instead to Blackburn Rovers.
And of course VAR would have looked at it. I think it was very, very tight from Billy Sharp's point of view. But again, he was then trying to pass it back to McAtee rather than taking the shot.
Substitution for Sheffield United, and it's right back in this four-at-the-back system as Jayden Bogle comes on for George Baldock, who's putting, as he normally does, a very good tidy shift down the Sheffield United right.
Yeah, just a straight swap. I guess any substitution now, you have got to be thinking about extra time, and straight away Baldock actually, big bag of ice strapped around his calf.
2 minutes to go and 2-2 the score. Extra time looming in this FA Cup quarter-final at Bramall Lane. And a long punt downfield from Sheffield United just drifts out of play for a Blackburn throw to be taken by Harry Pickering, right in front of the opposing manager, Paul Heckingbottom. Flicked on by Bogle, back into Sheffield United possession, volley downfield. Sharp tried to flick it on for McBurney. Hayden Carter gets it clear for Blackburn. Comes back into the Blackburn half, and Sharp working really hard. Claims for handball against Wharton, not given. And Hyam drills the ball downfield for Blackburn, looking for Smodics, who thought he'd won it in normal time for Blackburn with that lovely finish. He's gone again for a ball down the right-hand side that's overhit. Goal kick to Sheffield United, away to our left. 2-2. How much minimum stoppage time are we set for?
Yeah, it could be crucial, couldn't it? If there's a meaty enough bit of time, could there be a winner?
Left-footed goal kick from Wes Fotheringham. McBurney allowed to bring it down and turn and try and run towards the edge of the area. Got dispossessed. And Blackburn trying to counter. Sam Gallagher getting away down the right-hand side, but Fotheringham straight out of his area and clears it up to halfway. Stays in play on that far side of the field somehow. And they've won it back, Sheffield United. McAtee down the left-hand side, level the edge of the area. Trying to get to the byline. Checks onto his right. Rolls it back for Sander Berger, left-hand corner of the area. They want to cross the Sheffield United fans. It's worked back to Doyle. 30 yards out! Oh, what a goal! What a winner for Tommy Doyle! Incredible hit! Sheffield United, as we move into added time, have just taken the lead for the first time in the afternoon. And what a goal from Tommy Doyle! Goalkeeper pair stretching desperately to try and keep it out, but the young kid on loan from Manchester City made just a broken Blackburn hearts. It's Sheffield United 3, Blackburn 2. What a goal!
That's an absolutely outrageous strike from Tommy Doyle. No right to score from there. Instead of crossing it, they came back out again. Doyle out of his feet, he cuts across it with the right foot, outside of the foot, to get it to arc away from Pears, who gets a fingertip to it, but it's too powerful. It flashes past the goalkeeper. What a strike from Doyle, and this place has gone potty.
Well, Blackburn were complaining that there was a foul in the build-up over on the far side. We're seeing replays, well, replay after replay of this astonishing hit from Tommy Doyle. And you can hear what the Sheffield United fans are singing. They believe that a trip to Wembley is very much in sight.
Well, I said before the game this could be a hell of a cup tie, and it has. It's been absolutely wonderful. And you've got to say, it's hard on Blackburn, who have been half of a great tie, but that strike deserves to win any game. It's not over yet, though.
4 minutes of minimum stoppage time were added on. We're well into that already, so it's up to Tim Robinson. Meantime, there are changes being made by both coaches. And excuse me, Chris Basham is coming on for Sheffield United, and it's James McAtee who's coming off, I think. He had his chances this afternoon to score a goal for Sheffield United.
He was excellent. Despite those missed chances, his all-round game's been pretty special, I've got to say. Such a young player.
And also Jake Garrett is on for Sammy Smodics, who's walking round the far side of the field for Blackburn. And Tyrese Dolan also going to be on for Blackburn Rovers, and he's coming on for Tyler Morton.
Again, we didn't have the opportunity to see a replay on whether there was something on that far side, whether there was anything in the challenge over there from Unjai on Morton.
Well, I'm assuming that VAR took a look and decided there was nothing in it. So eventually Blackburn get us restarted on Talksport 2, and they've got to find a goal from somewhere. It's 3-2 to Sheffield United, and they've just given away a free kick for a push on Ahmed Hodzic. What a finish.
Oh, it's what you dream of, isn't it? Any player, quarter-final of the FA Cup, 25 yards out, and you strike it like that when you're 21 years old. Magnificent for him.
So, free kick to Sheffield United. Fotheringham to take it just in front of his own 18-yard box, drifts it out to this near side, looking for McBurney to play for a Blackburn throw, and they'll get on with it. Thrown back in for the keeper Pears, who's going to get there just ahead of Billy Sharp. Rolled down the right-hand side. Sheffield United will win it back. Tommy Doyle, well, he puts that into the far corner of the stand and gets almost as big a cheer for that as he did for his goal.
Good decision. No harm in that whatsoever. Get that in the corner, pin Blackburn in, waste as much time as possible.
And the greasy chip butty song starts again. Sheffield United, oh so close, deep in added time here at Bramall Lane on Talksport 2. 3-2 to Sheffield United. Quick throw for Blackburn. They've got to get the ball deep downfield. It won't even reach halfway. But Gallagher got a foot in. And then a high boot by Callum Britton gives Sheffield United another free kick.
We just can't get the ball really, can't get any momentum. Blackburn, that's 3 free kicks now that have been given away, and it does. Talked about it earlier. You've got to try and build the momentum.
Free kick for Egan to send downfield. Looking for McBurney. Heads it down towards the byline. Blackburn get it clear. Trying to keep Blackburn hemmed in inside their own half here, Sheffield United. Look at the watch from Tim Robinson. Still we play on. McBurney holds the ball up, finds Njai, trying towards the edge of the area. He's got Bogle on the overlap. Bogle with a shot blocked on its way to goal by Hayden Carter. And it's a throw to Sheffield United on this near side.
Well, I mean, it was brilliant from Carter because he's playing the right-hand side of the three, so it comes all the way across to make this block as Bogle tries to strike towards goal. That's excellent defending from the Blackburn centre-back, but they've got to get it up the pitch, and also, if you're going to try and get it up the pitch, you've got to have the forwards up there.
Ball's out of play for a goal kick to Blackburn. Sharp just couldn't keep it in play for long enough. And there can't be long left. Ainsley Pears is going to have to give this to hammer downfield for Blackburn. Maybe the last chance for Rovers. Headed up on halfway by Njai. And a push on a Blackburn player by Billy Sharp. Pickering telling Pears, take this free kick. It's the midway point of the half. Expectant Bramall Lane. Waiting for the final whistle. Blackburn are not done yet though. Pears with this free kick. Up towards the edge of the area. Headed back towards the halfway line. Hooked into the box. Headed on by Hine. Where's that going to drop? It's going to drop for Sander Berger to get there first, and Chris Basham, who puts it out of play. It's a corner kick to Blackburn Rovers at the Bramall Lane end. 3-2. Is the goalkeeper going up?
Pears is saying, am I going?
Well, the Blackburn fans are telling him to get up there.
Unai Emery wouldn't say. He'd say no way.
He's going. Ainsley Pears, the goalkeeper, going to join his Blackburn teammates in the opposing penalty box for this corner kick. 3-2 to Sheffield United. A left-footed in-swinging corner. In it comes, headed out inside the 6-yard box by McBurney. The full-time whistle! Sheffield United are FA Cup semi-finalists. Blackburn Rovers are beaten. They were twice ahead here, Blackburn, at Bramall Lane. But Sheffield United have found the way, and through their Manchester City loanee, Tommy Doyle, an absolutely sensational winner to see them through to Wembley Stadium for the FA Cup semi-final. awarded Blackburn a penalty midway through the first half. Brereton Diaz scoring it after Jack Robinson was adjudged to have handled a shot from Sam Gallagher. But then it was 1-1. Huge deflection from Max Lowe's shot. I think it came off Gallagher to go in. 1-1 at the break. Sammy Smodics put Blackburn in front once again on the hour. Lovely crisp finish with his right foot from the edge of the area. But with 9 minutes of normal time to go, Ollie McBurney wriggled himself some space in the area and drilled home an equaliser. And then, in added time, Tommy Doyle hit the most sensational drive from 25 yards out to send the blade through, Dean Ashton.
What a moment for him, what a moment for these supporters. It's really tough on Blackburn. I thought they were very, very good in the game themselves. And you talk about fine margins. Hedges hits the inside of the post at 2-1 to make it 3-1. It runs along the line and misses the post the other side. At that moment, if that had gone in, I think that could have been it. It didn't, and then the revival from Sheffield United towards the end of the game, McBurney with the goal, but then Doyle, what a way to win a game. If you're Blackburn, you hold your hands up and go, do you know what? Sometimes it's just not meant to be for you. And that type of strike, you go, well, there's not a lot we could have done about it. It was a magnificent strike for such a young player. And Sheffield United, you can't say they don't deserve it because they put a huge amount of effort into this tie.
Well, the Blackburn players just taking the acclaim of their supporters who appreciate the efforts that they put in this afternoon. But you've just heard Que Sera Sera sung at deafening volume inside this stadium. We're not officially giving out an award this afternoon, Dean Ashton, but where would your man of the match award go?
It'd have to be for Tommy Doyle. I mean, not only the goal, but when you're trying to chase a game, and you need someone to be really calm. And I talked about the percentages and making the right decisions and not panicking. And for such a young player, he was the one sat at the base of that midfield that had to get every single attack started, and he seemed to make the right decision more often than not. But then to produce a moment when you need it in such a big game, when you're that young, it was a brilliant effort from him.
Well, Sheffield United players just doing a little mini lap of honour and arriving at the Kop end as John Denver gets another airing, and Sheffield United through to their first FA Cup semi-final since they lost to Hull City back in 2014. And then the question is now, Dean Ashton, if they can maintain this as well as the automatic promotion push.
Well, you enjoy this, you put it to one side, and you then got to try and concentrate on the league. As hard as it is, you hope it isn't in the back of the players' minds, you hope it doesn't affect them. As I think we saw with Newcastle United this season, you felt like that affected them going to Wembley for the Carabao Cup final. You hope it doesn't, because they've had such a good season, but it could be an unbelievable season for Heckingbottom.
And he's just acclaiming the Kop end. Paul Heckingbottom applauds them as he makes his way towards the dressing room. Dean, thanks for your company this afternoon.
What a game.
What a game. What a cup tie. And there's two more to come.